Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hawk Talk. I'm Chris Walker, alongside my broadcast partner, Chris Lucey. This was a tough one tonight, a 10-1 loss to the Wareham Gatemen, and unlike other games, Chris, this game got started off very routinely. No runs given up by M.D. Johnson in his first 2 innings of work. He got the ball today, the starter. He had been improving over his last few starts, but again, the first 2 innings were scoreless, and then the third inning came, and then from there on, it was very, very rough.
Yep. We got 2 scoreless from the Harbor Hawks early on, and then they couldn't muster another scoreless inning until the 7th. And by then, it was well out of reach for Hyannis. It ended up being 10-0 going into the 9th until Micah Coffey was able to just inspire some life into the scoreboard and finally score a run on that solo shot he hit. I believe his first home run of the season. And, you know, just one bright spot in a very dark day for the Harbor Hawks as they fall into now a 5-game losing streak in a game they really needed to win against a Western Division opponent that only rested 3 points above them in the standings coming into tonight.
Right, and with that 5-game losing streak, they now moved to 5 points back of Wareham, as Chris mentioned. There were a couple bright spots, however. Hitting-wise, Ford Proctor had his 4th double in as many games tonight, and that's certainly good to see from him, Chris, because he has struggled most of the season, but it's good to see him getting good wood on the ball.
It certainly is, and Ford, as cool as they come, he had success out here last year, so he wasn't too worried about maybe struggling here or there, but it had been a prolonged battle for him at the plate, and things are starting to open up for him a little bit now, although, you know, the amount of runs the Harbor Hawks pitching staff is giving up kind of opening up right now as well.
28 to be exact given up by the Harbor Hawks in the past 3 games. All of those 3 games were at home. They scored a combined 7 runs, outscored 28-7. You're not going to win many of those games when you allow 9 runs, then 10 runs, and that's why this team has lost 5 in a row. Now they go to Cotuit tomorrow. That's a 5 p.m. game, part of the Patriot Cup series, and Hyannis trying to battle back into a tie with Cotuit for that series, and more importantly, snap a 5-game losing streak. Now, Chris, finally, it's been so many different combinations of things going wrong. What has to start to change immediately? Maybe not even win a game tomorrow, but what has to start to change to even make it close?
Well, it has to start with the starting pitching. We have not gotten great work out of the Harbor Hawks pitchers for a while now, and you know, 7 runs over 3 games isn't the end of the world. That's usually kind of decent. But when you let up 28 runs over 3 games, you're just completely ruining any chance you have of winning. And it has just really come back to bite the Harbor Hawks at the worst time of year as we start making our way towards the All-Star break. Hyannis really needs to start making its case for the playoffs, and they haven't been doing so.
Well, we'll see if they can get off of this skid. 5-game losing streak. We'll see if we can break it tomorrow at Cotuit. Then we're back at home against YD after that. That's the next time you'll catch us on Hawk Talk. For Chris Lucey, I'm Chris Walker. Have a good night.